bottom, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Smith now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, back up.
A shotgun snap for Smith. It's brought in by Dodson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Smith finding Dodson that time for a Washington first. On first down, this is Geis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Yellow. That is right. Hey, back up. 15, yeah. Where's 52? Black 52. 52's the light. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Smith. Escapes the defender. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Here we go with Geis. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And some space here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
That's mine. Yeah.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, finding room to the 20. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Good list. Orange.
On second down, here's Smith. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
15. Tiger. Tiger. Slot.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Negative. 15.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To the air again, Smith. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, here's Mixon. Dancing away at the 30. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you. And you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On play action. Now Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Pernell McPhee in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A handoff to Mixon. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Pernell McPhee in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. On 1st and 10, Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 22.
Let's go. Hey, slow down. Settle down, huh? Liz.
On 1st down, Smith. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll hand it now to Geis. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Smith now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Back to throw, Smith. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Kenny Clark coming up the middle. Gets him there for a loss of about 9. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, back up.
Smith. A quick hitter complete. It's Richardson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
15.
Out of the gun, Smith. Flushed out right. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Hey, 626.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Hey, 626.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Rodgers to throw once more to Mixon on the check down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Double.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Hopkins with the extra point. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Zone. 58.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's going to run, and this is taken in at the 5. And he's brought down after a good gain. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick here is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to, and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They start on the ground with Geis, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey, on.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg, steps away, and his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and now it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Orange.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
After the interception, here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Dante Fowler. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Oh, then the spin. And now running right through it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. Had a pretty good game. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Well, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Rodgers now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
319! 319! Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
12.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Looking long for his tight end read. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Settle down, huh? I got 11. 15. Here we go. Tight right. Catch it.
Now Smith from the gun. He'll throw. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back now at FedEx Field. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
That's fine now. Run.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Being chased out left. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
No gain, and it's second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and the nose of the football. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First target, first catch, and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Geis with a carry on second down. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down, 4 down. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, Smith. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Now, Liz.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Rodgers going to throw to Mixon on the check down. And still fighting. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll give it to Mixon. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. No problem there on the extra point, and that will get them 1 closer. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Smith now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
go, 15, yeah. Come on. 52. Hey, back up. 15, yeah.
Now it's Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Fabian Moreau, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short. Smith going to throw it. Fights him off. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. The offense on third down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
52.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Washington, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.